This week is Parashat Ki Tavo. It's from the book of Deuteronomy, Sefer Devarim. And I'm going to read from chapter 26, verses 5 through 10. In this section, we learn about God's long history of gracious involvement with the people of Israel. And the verse begins like this: Arami oved avi, vayered Mitzrayma, vayagar sham, bimt'ei me'at, vayahi sham legoy gadol atzum verav. My father was a fugitive Aramean. He went down to Egypt with meager numbers and sojourned there. And there he became a great and populous nation. The parasha continues. The Egyptians dealt harshly with us and oppressed us. They gave us hard labor. We cried to Adonai, the God of our ancestors, and Adonai heard our plea and saw our plight, our misery and oppression. Adonai freed us from Egypt by a mighty hand, by an outstretched arm, all very anthropomorphic, an awesome power, and by signs. He brought us to this place and gave us this land, a land flowing with milk and honey. What do these verses remind you of? When do we read them? It's from the Haggadah. Well, it's not really from the Haggadah. The Haggadah took it from the Torah. But we read it in the Haggadah. And why do we read it in the Haggadah? What's the point? Why are we telling the story? It is the Exodus from Egypt, but what's the significance of that Exodus? What is it trying to teach us? We were slaves and we became free. That's not something to be taken lightly. And we say it over and over. We say it in our prayers. We say it when we say Kiddush, we remember Mitzrayim. We remember Mitzrayim every day within our prayer framework. And there's a reason for that, because we should not take for granted the liberties that we have, especially when they're threatened. I think we live in a world where those liberties are threatened all around the globe. So we read them on the Haggadah, and in the Haggadah it also says something else. It says, B'chol dor v'dor chayav adam lirot et atzmo ki'ilu hu yatsa me'Mitzrayim. In every generation a person must view themselves as if they were there themselves that went out. It's not enough to tell the story. You want to feel it on your flesh. You want to remember what it was like to be oppressed. And if we remember why we were oppressed, perhaps it will help us not oppress others. I have a lot to say about that, but I'm not going to say it all now. Now, what comes after this strong summary of our past and of our oppression and of our freedom, there comes this little section that goes like this. Okay, we brought us into this place, gave us this land, a land flowing with milk and honey. Wherefore I now bring the first fruits of the soil which you, Adonai, have given me. That's very interesting to me, this idea of the first fruits that comes after this historical synopsis. Why do you think we recall this collective experience from slavery to liberation before we bring the first fruits? What is that teaching us? How is it connected? Any ideas? We were slaves, we were oppressed, we cried out to God, God helped us, we came into freedom, and then we went into the land, and then we gave our first fruits. What's the connection there? I hear rumblings, but there's no wrong answers. You can say what's on your mind and heart. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. What's the purpose of offering your first fruits? Giving your best, giving your first. What does that do for us? Yes. Who said that? Good. Appreciation, gratitude. Not to take things for granted. You need that kind of appreciation and gratitude. So here we have, in our liturgy and in our Torah, we keep the entire arc of Israel's long journey firmly in view, all because they're all connected to one another. If we don't keep alive the memory of oppression and deliverance, what do you think might happen? What? I didn't hear. Say it again. You could yourself commit oppression, especially if you don't remember what it was like to be oppressed, or you choose not to remember. What else? And you forget to be grateful. You forget to be grateful. I think that the wonder of possessing the land would be lost. You go into a land, this land, how many years did they wait for that land? They wandered in the desert for how many? 40 years. But before that, how many years were they in Egypt? 400, right? That's a long time to wait for the land. So I think no matter how many generations ago the people were redeemed from slavery, it's as if they have only just been liberated. That's what we're trying to reenact by these words. And no matter how long they've dwelt in the land, it's as if they've only just arrived. So it is all about what I see the difference between gratitude and entitlement. What's the difference between the two of them? What is gratitude about? And what is entitlement about? Gratitude is completely entwined with love. What did we talk about echad and ahava, one and love? It's love and mutuality. Entitlement is all about me. Entitlement sets me apart. I'm not connected. I'm not intertwined. Magia li, I deserve it. I'm deserving. It's very different. I think here we are trying to learn about what it means to have gratitude and not think that I'm inherently deserving of privileges. Privileges just don't come to me because I was born into having lots of money, or I was born into a privileged position in the society. No, that's not what it's all about. It's absolutely the opposite. So, whereas gratitude leads to generosity and the desire to share our blessings with others, this feeling of entitlement doesn't bring any of those out. None of them, the opposite. It closes them all down and closes them off. I want to say that so many of you have shared your gratitude about living in this magnificent place called Cape Town. And it is your gratitude which opened your hearts to share this place with Yonatan and me. It's been pretty extraordinary. I've been here for 12 days, and I've been into people's homes, and I've had meals together, and people have taken us around. To me, it's extraordinary. And I look at it, when I look at these sights and wonders of this beautiful place, that you want to share with me. And why do you want to share it? Because you have gratitude. You feel gratitude about living in this place. So the gratitude ties you to making new connections and bringing people to experience what you experience. All of that is really positive. I think that genuine gratitude always leads to generosity of the spirit and the desire to share our blessings. And I think that's what this is all about. That's why we want to bring those first fruits. We want to share those blessings because we are so appreciative of what we have, and we don't take it for granted. We are not entitled to it. It's a blessing. So this parasha teaches us to remember how much we have been given and never forget to be grateful. Shabbat Shalom.